the blind spot detection system, rear cross traffic alert. The indicator is here on the side mirror. It's also auto dim side mirror as well. Now the driver's door is basically just like the passenger side, except for it has a few more buttons. You have 3 presets here for the driver's seat. Like I said, it's a lot of adjustments, so you will definitely want to set your seat when you get it finished. And then the power window switches are here, and then one touch up and down. And it's a laminated glass. Back glass, it's one touch down. It's not laminated though. That's as far down as it goes. It's also one touch up. Side mirrors are adjusted here. You just pick a side and adjust with that little pad. You can power fold them as well, and then you have the child safety locks there. So the driver's seat has all the adjustments, just like the passenger. So yeah, the thigh extension, all that stuff, 4-way lumbar adjustments, the bolsters there on the side, both here and here are adjustable. But yeah, they look good. They just need to be adjusted. A lot of adjustments, so it's very easy to get an uncomfortable position just because there's so many different adjustments. To the left of the steering column, you have the ability to open up the power liftgate, dimmer switch for the interior gauges. So there's increase, decrease, and then there's the headlight switch. There's a little toggle there, has off, parking, automatic, and headlights on. And then there's a 4-way tilt telescoping power steering column. When you adjust the seat, it shows here on the screen what you're doing. It also has a massage function. In the very center of the lumbar adjustment, there's a circular button. And you can choose what you want here, different ones. And it's pretty cool. Definitely gonna need that. So try that while I'm doing the video. But yeah, I'm 6 feet tall, and I had the driver's seat all the way back and all the way down. And to show you the potential legroom here. Now, I can drive with the seat all the way back. So if you're a little bit over 6 feet tall, you'd probably be okay, but you just definitely want to take it for a test drive. The main thing though, for me, which I mentioned this, and I just want to show it to you, there is my foot, okay? And it stops right there. So I can't, like it's not on, like I can't put my whole foot on it. I have to like turn it sideways to put it on there. Because you see at the top, there's something getting in the way of my foot. So it gets jammed up. Same thing with here, with this foot right here. Like right here, like right there, there's something right there. So literally I can wedge my foot between the floor and that before I'm like trying to get to the brake pedal. Also over here at the accelerator, there's like no room. There's like a ½ an inch above my foot. So as I lift my foot up, instant stop, instant stop. So yeah, the feet room is a big deal. Like I don't understand how you would design it this way, you know? I'm not sure why they do that. There's just, I can't have the largest feet in the world, okay? If you're size 12 or 13, you're gonna have a big issue. If you're size, 9 or 10, then you'll probably be fine. But still, even then, having around the accelerator and brake pedal, having those limitations in your legroom, to me, that's a big deal, So, anyways, I'll leave it at that. Steering wheel, I do like this steering wheel. It's soft, it looks good, it's very easy to turn. It's the electronic power steering, which is great. The turning radius is awesome. You can quickly just spin it around, and it looks good, it feels good. So you notice there's no markings here on the steering wheel, except for this one. And when you put your finger on the pad though, it pops up on the screen. And so as I put my finger on different buttons, it shows me what I'll put my finger on, right? And the same thing with this right side. It's nothing there. As soon as I put my finger on the pad, it pops up and shows me what I'm pressing or could potentially press. And it changes though. It's not consistent, like it changes depending on what you're doing. So right now there's no track change buttons, but there is volume buttons. So yeah, I mean, I suppose it's intended to use these pads for more than just individual set buttons. The only thing is, it's just like you have to, pay attention to the screen and pressing buttons and all that stuff, and putting your finger and sliding it around. Now, the good thing about this is that I've experienced a similar type thing in a Lexus vehicle. But the Lexus vehicle, this one's better, because the Lexus vehicle, you have to put your finger on there, let it pop up, then make the selection. This one, if you know what that button is, you can just go ahead and press it. You don't have to wait for it to pop up. It'll just instantly do it. It'll recognize it. The Lexus, you have to press your finger on there, it pops up first, then you can make the selection. If you just press the button, nothing will happen without it popping up. So yeah, this is a better system in my opinion. It's a little bit non-traditional, something that you can decide if it's right for you or not. Right in here is a camera system with illuminators, IR illuminators, and it's able to see your face at night, see through sunglasses, and make sure you're paying attention to the road. Now, even if you're paying attention to the road, it gives you warning, so it's a system that has to be refined. There's the windshield wiper controls for the front and rear. Turn signals over here, and a headlight dimmer switch as well. And so looking at the screen, so you have a screen here, and here's the dividing line right here. And then you have another screen over there. So it's actually two screens with a divider in the middle. And then, so this one here, you can see it has the digital speedometer, what the last speed limit sign you passed said, your fuel gauge over here, your distance to empty. There's a navigation map that kind of blends in. I like the way it has this cool picture background. Shows you what gear you're in, engine coolant temperature here, outside temperature, your odometer, which direction the vehicle's facing, east right now. It's a digital compass. And as you drive, there's like this little bar that moves, and as like an indicator of your RPMs, I guess like a somewhat of a tachometer representation. And it also shows the status of the Blue Cruise and the lane keep assist system. Now the Blue Cruise basically a hands-off system. As you're driving, you can take your hands off the steering wheel and then hold the lane for you. It's not a self-driving feature, but it will hold the lane for you on certain roads, like highways and stuff like that. On the back roads, it has a hands-on system and it works okay. And I'll explain some issues with it as we go drive. Here on the right side, you can see it has a digital clock there in the middle, whatever your radio's doing, and then on the far right side is the what's going on with the weather. So yeah, if you're sitting here, there's a lot to look at, and we'll get to this more in a second. But down here is this other screen. Now this is a touch screen, and this is what you interact with, and it looks a little bit. Oh, it looks a little bit different than the other screens. But it has this home button, which we're in now, and it has a split between the navigation map and then your audio, your phone, that kind of stuff. The next one will be information about the vehicle. You have different drive modes here. Normal, conservative was like eco mode, excite, which is like a sport mode, slippery, and then you have deep conditions, so like deep snow or something like that, deep water or something like that. All right, let's go back out of here. There's this. You have the ambient lighting, which we'll go over in the night video. And you can see right here, it's dark enough now because it's so cloudy right now. You can see it's set to green, and it's in the floorboard. It's here on the doors. So it's pretty cool. And we'll go through all that stuff in the night video, which is a separate video. Yeah, the seat accents. You also have a digital, they call it a digital scent. So you can press that button, and then you have Violet Cashmere, Ozonic Azure, and Mystic Forest. So you press that button, and then it releases a scent, and the scent comes from the armrest right here. It's kind of cool. Right here, this little places for air to come out, and little scent packets, which you have to replace them when they run out. Here's the 3 different scent packets here. But yeah, you can smell it. It smells pretty good. It's pretty strong, actually. Let's go ahead and turn that off. All right. You have vehicle status, valet mode. You go into your settings and stuff like that as well. Sound, Bluetooth, driver assistance, vehicle system, profile, display, all that stuff. Let's go into display. You have a touchscreen beep. We're going to turn that off. And then you have a theme. You can change the theme up here. All right, so before we saw that theme, that's the Inspire. This is the Engage theme. Pretty cool. This is the Tranquil theme. kind of like Starry Night, I suppose. Kind of cool. And then you have the constellation. That sounds neat. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, these different themes you can adjust here on the screen. There's a lot of different options here. You also have a comm screen, which just gives you that, which is sometimes handy because if you need the date or something, that would be good. But yeah, you can turn off the traction control in here. You have drive modes, ambient light, auto hold feature is controlled here as well. You have this button to go into your different quote apps like AM, FM apps, satellite radio. You have the Play Store, so there's a Google-based system, Google Maps and all that stuff. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Amazon Alexa. You have news. You actually have YouTube on here as well. And you have over-the-air updates as well, too. Let's just pull up YouTube to see what it looks like. All right. Let's search. All right, let's try that again. I'm not seeing what I'm... Let's go back. All right. Here we go. Got to see what my channel looks like. There we go. Wow, it's got some old videos on there. All right, so go to videos. This is pretty responsive. Pretty responsive. Let's play a video and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, gotta love the night videos. At least watch the intro because I do make it. You get a good overview of the vehicle in the intro. So if you don't want to watch the whole video, at least you get an idea of what's going on with it. But that's an example of a night video here. But yeah, all right, cool. Let's go back out of that. So it has full YouTube capabilities and it looks good and it plays well. It's not choppy or anything. All right, so this last one right here, you're gonna press that and it gives you some options over on this screen. So we had the Bluetooth, the time, and then the climate over there. And we can change things. Let's say we want fuel economy, tire pressure, trip 1 or trip 2. So let's say we want to, or we can rearrange these. So let's say we want the time to be over here, we could do that. So now the time is over there. I can move it back where it was. I can move there. Let's go ahead and put fuel economy up here. So now we have fuel economy up there. And then let's say we're not getting very good fuel economy and we want to hide that. Then we can bring that down out of the way and just have nothing there if we want. But let's go ahead and put the media back there. So yeah, so we can kind of customize that screen with those big tiles over there, kind of like, I guess, widgets or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Very easy to use. This system is very easy. You have this quick access to display settings. You can go into your theme selections and all that stuff. So this is all, redundant ways of getting to the same places. You also have the climate control here. So when you hit this button, it pops up and it gives you visual references. Now, what's interesting about it is that you have the vents here, but they don't have any ability to move the vents with your hand. What you have to do is you make selections here on the screen. So if you want on body, off body, you have motion, or you can close them here. So when I originally got in the vehicle, they were blowing on me, so I chose off body. So they did a good job of not blowing on me. If you want it to kind of oscillate, have some motion, you can have that as well. You can also go here for the passenger side. Basically the same principle. So let's go to off body on the passenger. And it kind of gives you a visual reference there as well. Of course, you have where you want the air to blow. You can link the driver and passenger temperatures there, which are located here. You also have the heated and cooled seat for the passenger and then the driver. On the driver, you have the heated steering wheel as well, so it's just on or off for the steering wheel. Then you have an automatic function, but it has 3 different settings. So you have a low, medium, high, automatic, or you can manually control the fan here. All right, so below that is the shifter. So it's just a push button shifter. And so right now we're in park. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse. And when we put it in reverse, the parking sensors will be active. You also have the camera, the surround view camera, 360 camera system, plus right now the rear view with the active guidelines as well. So as I turn the steering wheel, you can see the lines move, so they're active. And it has a center line as well. And so yeah, we have that top-down view, we have the rear view, and then we can have this different views here. So let's say we hit this button. This gives us a super wide rear view. And then it takes away the 360 view, but it gives us that super wide rear view because it actually looks both ways behind the vehicle, not just, you know, directly. It's actually a super wide view. You also have a more linear view like that, and then you can press this button, and then it brings that back up, the top down view. Now it has this feature over here. You hit that plus, and it just kind of zooms in to a specific spot on the 360 camera system. So you're still getting the view, it's just kind of zooming in for you. Shows the tire tracks and stuff too on the back there. Pretty cool. But yeah, it looks really good. The clarity, the resolution, the size is big enough because it's kind of far away, you know, so it has that large size, you can see it good enough. So yeah, I was pretty impressed with it actually. All right, so there's neutral, drive, and then you have a low range. So if you need to have engine braking going down a hill or something like that, you can put it in low range. And when you're in drive, you can go ahead and press this button, which is another way to access the camera. But this time it gives us the front view instead of the rear view. So yeah, front view instead of the rear view, and then of course we have still the top down. So we can still see the camera. We don't even have to have it in gear. Let's put it in park, and then press the camera button. And once again, we have this view. So yeah, it's very handy having access to that camera anytime really. This is the volume knob. It has like a crystal looking knob. It looks pretty cool. You can turn off the stop start feature here. 4-way flashes are here. It has the automatic parking mode, so it kind of helps you park the vehicle if you want to use that kind of thing. Front defroster is there, so another redundant button for ease of access. Then this is right here is another shortcut, another redundant button for your drive modes. So you can access, so you just press it, you just keep pressing it, you can press it on, press it off basically. And once it's on, you can make the selection that you want. Now it has this wireless charger here. This felt line on this side, rubbery on the other. You can take this little thing out, clean it, put it back in. So it's all good, right? My phone doesn't fit. Matter of fact, when I got it, it doesn't go all the way down in there. Matter of fact, when I did kind of force it in there, so it'll charge, it did start charging, but then it took me forever to get it back out. It kind of got wedged in there, because under here it's kind of sharp on these edges, and it kind of got wedged in there, and it was just a pain to get out. So I'm not going to push it all the way back in again, because I don't want it to get stuck again. So if you have a large phone like this, especially with a big case, it may be a little bit of an issue. So yeah, you want to test it out when you test drive the vehicle. So there's a cup holders, you have a little storage area there, you have USB ports, USB-A and USB-C here as well. I like the way it has that light. It has this kind of like a roll top desk here. Looking pretty cool. It's kind of rubbery, so there's nothing rattling here. It's very tight. Feels good. Alright, so this armrest is not soft. I mean, it is like almost as hard as like a tire. It's like a rubber surface under there. It's not like a pillow. So yeah, it's a little bit uncomfortable, and you know, anyways, it's not all that great. It does have a property line there, and it might be big enough to share with your passenger, so you can keep their arm on their side, I suppose. And that's where the scent system is in this. This is why it's a little bit thick. Here's a little quick access tray here, felt lined. Take that out of the way, and there's a light, completely felt line compartment. There's my business cards in the way. It does have this little place right here, put the key, and then there's a 12-volt power supply, and then 2 USB-C ports there. Now, you'll notice that there is some space right here to put a wire in and out of this compartment right here. Right there in the front center. But you notice that the 12-volt power supply is in here. And let's say you want to use a radar detector, right? How is this useful, right? It's kind of like they just checked a box saying, okay, well, we're gonna have a 12-volt power supply here in the front. Well, let's just put it there. You know, it's not really thought out. So yeah, it's something to think about. If you need to use that for something like a radar detector, which goes on the dash typically or in the windshield somewhere, then that's not really that useful. So it's useful for some things, but depending on your needs, it could be useful or not. Auto dim rearview mirror. It's actually auto dimming now because I have the shade over the light sensor, which is located here on this right side on the back. And we have these little lights right here. Now you notice these lights right here. It's actually dark enough so you can see them. Those, I'll show those in the night video. Well, these kind of provide this moonlight in this area here. Helps out a lot at nighttime. But you also have these lights here. So quick reading light here, here. You can also turn on all the interior lights with that button. So yeah, that's all good. Now it has the sunroof controls, the shade and then the vent. We'll get to that in a second. Now also, if you want the interior lights to turn on with the door, you can have this button turn on or not. So depending on what you want. So we open up the door. Right now they're off. And if we press the button again, so now they're on. So for now I shut the door, they turn off. So that's the button. If let's say you got a kid sleeping, you don't want to have the interior lights turn on when you open the door, you can quickly turn that off, and you see it turns like an amber color when it's off. Sunglasses go here, and it has like a kind of rubbery material there on the inside. Now the visor is a cloth. It looks like a gray or a beige. It's hard to tell right now, it's low light. But it is a cloth just like the headliner. Has a clip here, a mirror with lights, actually really nice lights. Not overly bright, nice soft light. They also extend out like this and get very good coverage. There's a clip on the other side and the HomeLink garage door opener control here as well. So yeah, here's the garage door opener control that's easy to get to. Sunroof. Panoramic sunroof, basically. So you have the fixed rear glass, and then this one moves, and then a power shade. Let's go ahead and vent it up. Or actually, I pushed it back, so now we're going back. It goes over the rear glass. And let's press it again. It does go back a little bit further when you press it again. All right, let's move it forward. So now we'll vent it. All right, let's press forward again. And now we can vent it. Press forward again to make it go down. And then the power shade is on the right side here. And it's the type of shade that covers 100% of the light. So yeah, it's like you have to press it twice to get it go all the way forward. But yeah, covers 100% of the light. It's just a cloth. But some vehicles just have like a translucent one. It doesn't cover all the light. This one it covers all the light.